Jonathan Demme came to town to make the movie Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And I got an audition with him, and then I got to meet him.
But you said you did have an agent, or you didn't?
I actually did have an agent.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't need an agent in Philadelphia, but I did have one because I was running, at that point, I was running the telemarketing campaign. I was working at a theater at that point,
Mm-hmm.
and I was running their telemarketing campaign. And one of the people who was working for me came to me after a couple of weeks, and she said, I really can't do this, but I would like to represent you. So I had an agent.
Wow.
In a town where you didn't need an agent.
Yeah.
So when they were, I had done a couple of films, and then I had done when it came up for time to do Philadelphia, they kept saying, we're going to use you, but we're rewriting the script. And then I kept hearing these rumors. Okay, you're going to be a member of the jury in the trial that Tom Hanks is leading. And then they said, oh no, we've rewritten it. The jury is out. And then finally they said, okay, you're going to be a cleaning lady at the firm where he works.
They really wanted you in there.
Yeah. It was like 2 months, and I was going crazy because I kept going, just hire me.
Yeah, I was going to say like that. Those moments are always like just a mind fuck.
And I was at that point a must join. So I knew as soon as I got the job, I was going to have to join the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
Right.
So they brought me down, and I sat in a trailer downtown Philadelphia and saw Jason Robards walk by and Denzel Washington walk by, and then they had this unknown actor who was playing his lover in it, who was Antonio Banderas, as it turns out,
Unknown
who
actor.
barely spoke any English at that point.
Oh, wow.
And then they came to me at the end of the day and they said, okay, we're running late. We've got a big crowd scene to do, and it's cheaper for us to rip up your one-day contract and put you on for a week and get around to using you at some point this week.
That's such like big. Can you imagine?
There's a
And
lot
at
of
that point,
sitting-
Don't mind that.
And
Hollywood.
at that point, the initiation fee to join the union was 2 days' work. So
you said, okay, this is
I said,
a
I said,
Yeah.
fine.
Wow.
Works for
So
me.
they brought me down another time, and I got to sit there and watch them work, and you know, they didn't get around to needing me, and then they finally did, and they brought me into the makeup trailer, and as I sat down, I realized I'm sitting next to Tom Hanks.
Wow.
in the makeup trailer.
Yeah,
Wow.
That's
who
so
goes,
great.
hi, I'm Tom, and I'm thinking, yeah, I know.
Wow.
And so then I got to work just with him. And we did a little scene, and he was boasting about, you know, how he got this big case, and he comes out and he sees me with my cleaning thing, and he's dancing around with me, and he's tossing paper towels up in the air and everything, and he says at one point, "It is good to be king." And then at the end of the scene, Jonathan Demme says, "Everybody be quiet," and he points a microphone at me, and he says, "Okay, I need you to laugh for a couple of minutes. Tom, help her." So I had to sit there and laugh for like 5 minutes while Tom Hanks made faces at me.
Oh my!
That must have been pretty
God, that
easy.
is
It was
awesome.
very easy.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
I have no idea what he wanted that for, because I ultimately ended up getting cut from the whole film.
No, the whole scene got
The whole
cut.
film.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I thought, well, they don't need this scene.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Yeah.
But then a couple of years later, so that was I was still living in Philadelphia when I did that, and that was kind of, okay, I think it's time now.
Was this
Take him out to-
pre-Bosom Buddies or post-Bosom Buddies?
It was
post.
Yeah. That was really his
first
rounding
one.
thing.
Yeah.
So several years later, I was out I had decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and come out to Los Angeles, and packed up my U-Haul trailer and drove across the country and kind of stuff. And I ended up getting cast in a movie called Castaway.
Oh yeah.
And they had a whole group of us in people forget that there was more than him and a volleyball in the movie. I was part of the family at the Christmas dinner, and they gave us all our actual first names, so we didn't have to remember who was who.
Right, smart.
So I was Wendy in that. And he sat with us the whole time. He could have gone off to his trailer, but he sat with us in between takes and setups and that kind of stuff. And we just sat around and talked. And one of the guys in the cast said, I got my SAG card working on Splash. And he said, "Oh, what did you do?" And he told him everything. And I said, "Well, I got mine working in Philadelphia." And he looked at me for a minute and he said, "It is good to be king."
No!
The scene wasn't even in the movie, and he remembered the line.
That is.
Oh my God! I legitimately, Wendy, I just got
amazing.
goosebumps.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Wow.
He's
Oh my
just such
gosh.
a great guy.
Yeah, he's like one of
He's-
those people that, well, first of all, I love having you here for a couple of reasons. One, great to catch up and
Yes.
see you again. But
What a
two,
way to
like
honor the
one,
show.
one of the conversations that has been kind of like a recurring theme for us here is kind of like the impact of the business on people, on actors, especially. It makes a big difference, like where you come from, your age you get started, all those things. But you seem like you can tell that you love the business.
I do.
That you
I do.
love, especially.
And I'm lucky that we're all lucky that we've gotten to do what we love doing.
Absolutely,
Surely
absolutely.
we are.
So many people
to do
come here and
theater-
don't get to do
and
it.
to do
That's
theater, you have to really love this
Yeah, you
business,
do.
right?
You
You have to
do.
really love being on stage because it is a grind. But so and then to hear about the other people that you've had an opportunity to work with and hear that they're great people.
Mhm.
He's one of those people that you get the feeling that they're just a great person. Like
My
they're
experience generally has been that the best actors are also the nicest people
authentic.
because they don't have anything to prove.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
that's true.
Yes,
He doesn't
ma'am.
have to prove to anybody that he's a wonderful actor.
Yeah.
So he's just relaxing. He's a great guy, and he's just very giving and very
Wow.
Yeah.
generous.
Yeah. And very
Really
raw.
wonderful.
His heart is always in his performance, and he can do comedy so well.
Have you seen A Man Called Otto?
No, I have
Oh,
not.
he's wonderful. He's
Wow.
So-
I thought when I saw the trailer for that, I thought, oh, this is going to be, sappy little. I know exactly what this movie is, and it's just so well done.
A Man
he
Called Otto.
It's
Okay.
just
Gotta see it.
great.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's based on I think a Swedish film or.
Big is still one of my.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh, me
God.
too.
Big was
I mean,
the
and it's like that
canon right there.
I was young,
Yeah.
I was a kid. So to see him in that role, like that's one of the films I want to go back and watch. I haven't
Oh,
seen
it's so
that in
good.
so
Oh,
long.
It's so good.
Bosom buddies,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Well, he and Peter Scolari.
It's some just
Tom Hanks
classic.
is great.
Yeah.
Classic.
You've given me
Definitely
some movies to go back to
Yeah.
watch.
Almost
Oh my
reminds me
gosh.
of a young Shia, really, in Bosom Buddies. To
Mhm.
me, a little
I
bit.
could see that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
very, very true. Like if there's another actor out there that you can compare Shia to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
And
guess
that-
I could see that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Now, what was
definitely.
your experience like with Even Stevens? Like, do you remember?
I just remember that it was a load of fun to do. I mean, it was usually I've done about 100 film and TV projects.
Wow.
But I'll often just do, a scene or two
Yeah.
in an episode. And I don't get so often to be the main guest star.
Yeah.
And so that was wonderful in that respect because I got to work the whole week
Yeah.
Mhm.
and go all over the place. I mean, we went to a school cafeteria for the flower fight scene. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and somebody's weird house was my strange little witch's house.
Yeah.
And, in a neighborhood, I didn't even know where I was because at that point I hadn't been here all that long. I'd been here about 7 years when I did Even Stevens.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
hadn't
we
been a
were
really
down
long
in
time.
by the beach. Everything we did was by the beach, and Cheviot Hills was
Yeah,
one
Cheviot
of the
Hills was
different
like-
examples.
Yeah, and I don't think I was either of those.
Wasn't our
locations.
house in Cheviot Hills?
It was, yeah.
right?
Our main
Yeah.
Even Stevens house,
Yeah.
the exterior was in Cheviot. But
Please,
the
please don't go.
interior was-
Don't go drive those people nuts. They're nice people. Don't go stop by the house. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wonder what that's like to be
You know,
like, yeah,
we
my
should
house was
drive by
featured.
sometime. Just
That
to
would
go.
be funny.
They
Just
must,
to go
I bet you they hate it.
Yeah.
They'll tell us to get the
I don't.
You
People
like,
driving by the house you grew up in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exactly. First of all, I don't think they're gonna mind if we drive by, but I don't think anyone's out there trying to
I don't think
find out. I mean,
Oh no! Did you see the whole story about the Christmas Story?
Oh,
house?
the Home Alone house?
No, it's the Christmas Story house. They
Yeah, the
just-
Christmas
Oh.
Story house.
Yeah,
the
dude.
Dallas.
Oh, the one guy?
mansion. There's a couple of places.
Well, I mean, there's definitely-
Brady Bunch house.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, well, there's
Aw.
definitely a couple of houses out there that have become iconic.
Yeah.
And
The Home Alone house
these
for
films
me,
have
I
been
would
around.
drive by for sure.
Yeah.
For sure I would lurk.
Well, I won't say nothing to anybody else.
Yeah, right?
But we should drive by.
Yeah, I know. I would, yeah. So that's fantastic. I'm glad you had a good experience with us. And
I
I was
did,
sort
I
of
did.
sad that we didn't bring your character back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
She
we
ran
had
off to Vegas. And,
Oh, that's
That's
what it
true.
was. She
Well-
wasn't ever going to come back.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Even More Stevens podcast. For clips from our pod, go ahead and check out the PodCo YouTube channel. And for exclusive weekly bonus content, join our Patreon. Links in the description.